Fire Pro Wrestling is a 2012 Xbox 360 exclusive wrestling game that can no longer be acquired via legitimate means, as it was digital only and is non-backwards compatible. So when the 360 store closed last year, the door of opportunity to purchase this game forever shut. But I want to review this game and do some game preservation. And I would like to start my review by saying that I'm not a huge fan of wrestling games, but even with that being said, I had a pretty good time with this title, and I believe the main appeal to this game was that you got to play as your Xbox 360 avatar, which was awesome. This game doesn't have much going on story-wise, and mainly just focuses on wrestling and building the best wrestler possible, as this game has a pretty in-depth progression system, giving you skill points whenever you level up, which can be distributed among 6 abilities, or skills if you will, being power, affecting how much damage you deal with your attacks, speed, stamina, technique, toughness, and luck, with some moves being locked behind certain stat levels, and you earn experience points by fighting various opponents spread out across 55 matches in 3 main modes. And while you do earn a little bit of XP from losing matches, the biggest XP paydays obviously come from winning. You can also learn new moves and earn clothes unlocks by winning matches and by wrestling foes for the first time. In addition to XP, you also earn money from matches, which can be used to buy cosmetics, such as new shirts or gloves. But I didn't really mess with these, as I am quite happy with my avatar outfits as is, although it was nice to have some in-game clothing options. Going into some more detail about the move selection, Fire Pro Wrestling offers a ton of options, with different grapple attacks, punches, kicks, charged attacks, heavy attacks, you name it, with moves varying in things like how much damage they deal and how much stamina they cost, or things like taunts, which can be used to charge your power meter, and when fully charged and activated, it gives you a chance to unleash a very powerful attack against your opponent. A bit more about the main single-player game modes. You have Casual, Champion, and Underground, with Casual being the easiest of these, and every mode has 18 matches for a total of 54 matches, followed by a final boss match, which, according to achievements, less than 3% of players actually defeated. There were several different kinds of matches, like 1v1, my favorite, but also tag matches, 2v2 battles, last man standing, and a couple matches where you had to fight off multiple opponents at once. Tag matches were probably my least favorite, as your AI partner wasn't always the best fighter, and I usually wound up only tagging out when I wanted a break to restore some health, which is only possible in tag battles, by the way. In addition to holding single-player modes, Fire Pro Wrestling also has local versus matches, in which you can't earn XP, and also online MP, and the servers are still up, just empty. I checked multiple times, and no one seems to be playing this game anymore, really. Message me on GameRam if anyone who owns this is up for a game, by the way. But at least my wife and I had some fun playing on Couch Versus. In fact, she's here with me today to weigh in her thoughts on this game as part of my review. English isn't her first language, so please forgive her if her grammar isn't the best. Well, sweetheart, did you enjoy Fire Pro Wrestling? Why or why not?
Actually, I enjoyed this time, and why I was close to win for the first time playing with you.
Okay, well, what was your favorite thing about this game?
I actually don't know, but
You don't know, so you just don't really have anything that you really liked about this game? I mean, you kind of enjoyed it, but you just didn't have a favorite thing.
I think I liked the game in general. I don't have one favorite thing about that game.
Okay. Well, was there anything that made this game really stand out to you?
Maybe playing with avatars?
Yes, avatars, that's the right word. I agree with you. I think that was what really made this game stand out as well. Is there anything that you'd like to add to this review?
No, I think that's it.
That's it? Alrighty. Alright, folks, let's give a round of applause to my awesome wife, and thanks again to her for joining me. In addition to the aforementioned game modes, there's also a tutorial mode, and occasionally mini-games are tossed in after a match, which offer the player a chance to earn some extra XP. I believe these are random in when they occur, but one is where you try to break out of a pinfall in as close to 3 seconds as you can by mashing A, and another quick time-ish minigame where you and an opponent exchange blows to try to knock each other out. And apparently there's a third minigame from what I gathered from the achievement descriptions, but I never got it once in the entire game, so no comment on it. Graphically, the game looks good for what it is, with many fun and creative arenas to wrestle in, with avatars watching matches in the background, which really added some personality to this game if you ask me. Some notes before I give this game a final grade. A. In some solo matches, you got to fight your friends' avatars, which was pretty neat. And B. This game could be a tad bit grindy at times, and it took some getting used to, but with time I learned to enjoy it. The soundtrack is pretty solid, with good sound effects as well, and I give this game a 8.6 out of 10 by my grade scale, and I call Fire Pro Wrestling $10 well spent. As a couple side notes apart from my review. 1. It is sadly now impossible to earn all the achievements in this game unless you purchase the now delisted DLC before the store closed, which I didn't sadly, but given the chance, I would buy it. 2. This game came with 2 gamer picks and 3 avatar awards, 2 of which I unlocked, so some really neat bonuses. I always loved it when games had avatar items to unlock. And 3. Apparently this game was part of something called Avatar Fame Star, which I had never heard of before playing this game. I did a bit of research on it, and from what I can tell, it was never very popular before it shut down, but apparently it was a program where you could earn points to unlock avatar items through playing games in this program, although I could only find 7 games that participated in Avatar Fame Star back in the day, none of which were super popular, which would likely explain why I'd never heard of it before. Just a forgotten piece of Xbox history, I guess. As far as similar games that I can suggest, I kinda draw a blank here, as again, I'm not really big into wrestling games, but I could maybe suggest Godzilla Destroy All Monsters, which has some wrestling elements in it, or maybe Rumble Rose's Double X. And I would like to give a shout out to Zebra Games here on YouTube. He mostly makes wrestling videos, so feel free to check him out if that sounds like your thing. Link to his channel down in the description. As far as our Bible verses of the day, I read from Matthew chapter 9, verses 37 through 38 NIV. Then he said to his disciples, "The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. Ask the Lord of the harvest, therefore, to send out workers into his harvest field." And that is all from me for today, folks. Thanks for watching, and I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. Have you played this game? What did you think of my review on it? Tell me down below. And like always, none of my content is made by AI, I create my own stuff. And I do not consent to my voice and likeness being modified or replicated by AI in any way, shape, or fashion. Take it easy, y'all. Always remember that Jesus loves you. Thanks again for watching. Peace. In addition to holding single-player modes, Fire Pro Wrestling also has local verses, in which you cannot earn XP, and also online MP. But the servers are... Okay.